See? That's how you do it, Star Wars. The Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. Boy, was I skeptical of this when it was announced, let me tell you. And it's not for the reason you think. I'm sure a lot of people were skeptical of this because the simple fact of why. Why are they wasting time making this holiday special when they're working on Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I was skeptical for a completely different reason. And if you saw my intro, I think you know why. Because Star Wars has tried to do this twice. And they failed both times. Once in live action and once in Lego form. But Marvel already beat them with the Halloween special, with Werewolf by Night being much better than Terrifying Tales, or Terrifying Fails as I like to call it. So I, of course, was skeptical of this, but when I saw that it was being written and directed by, James Gunn, I got kind of excited for this. And the trailer made it look like, actually, did I even watch the trailer? I don't even think I watched the trailer. But anyway, I of course had faith in this because Marvel is like the only thing out of Disney that I put any faith into. I'm seeing Strange World under duress like tomorrow probably. Expect to review that up soon. And Wakanda Forever will be tonight, and that movie is actually good. But Strange World just no. I got a lot of movies I need to catch up on, so this is probably gonna be quick. That's why I'm doing this one first instead of Wakanda Forever, because I'm gonna have more. I have more to talk about with Wakanda Forever, mostly because that is literally 2 hours longer than this. But I digress. So the plot of this is Drax and Mantis try to boost Peter's Christmas spirit again by bringing him the ultimate Christmas gift, Kevin Bacon. Yes, really. And I did see a review somewhere where it's like highlighted where felt kind of like a one-off comic book, like a single issue of a comic book, or like a maybe longer graphic novel, as opposed to like the TV shows where they would be like a limited series, much like they're called on Disney Plus. So, and yeah, that's kind of a perfect way to sum this up. It's just like a good 45-minute special. And I also saw, because there's of course been a lot of the Marvel fatigue bullshit going around, and if there was really Marvel fatigue, the movies wouldn't be making nearly as much money as they are. So that argument's already bullshit, but I did see that these special presentations were kind of like the answer to avoiding Marvel fatigue. But yeah, again, I don't buy the fatigue. The only people who are fatigued by the MCU are DC fans, because DC's not giving them shit. Actually, they are giving them shit, but you get my point. So, back to this. So, this was just a lot of fun. And that's all this needed to be. Werewolf by Night had a little bit more of an interesting story. But this one, we've already been introduced to these characters, so we don't need a ton of time like explaining any backstory or anything. It's just here to have a good time for 45 minutes. And that's all it needed to be. And all the characters are still likable. Drax and Mantis are still cool. Mantis actually gets to kick some ass in this. That was a lot of fun. Cosmo is in this, and Cosmo actually talks this time, which is cool. Groot and Rocket are still here. Groot's, really, roided up. I swear he's been taking apparently he's been taking tree steroids, so whatever. And Quill's still a great character. I'm still a big fan of Chris Pratt, so he was, of course, great. And even though he's not in it that much, it mostly focuses on Drax and Mantis getting Kevin Bacon. And I do have to say, Kevin Bacon is a lot of fun in this. He is just 100% into this performance. And I love it. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's funny watching his interactions with Drax and Mantis and everything. And I do think it's cool with what they did in the MCU, where Nebula is just part of the Guardians now, because she's here. She's not in it a lot. She has maybe 5 lines in the movie, but it's cool that she's still around. And they do throw in the reveal that Mantis is Peter's sister, which was a popular fan theory ever since Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And I like that they didn't try the J.J. Abrams thing, where they, keep hinting at it throughout the entire thing until a big reveal at the end. They say it straight off that she knows it. That she knows that she's his sister. They tell it straight off. They're not trying to do any mystery box crap with it, and thank God for that, because James Gunn is a much better filmmaker than J.J. Abrams. We all know this. And something else I have to bring up are the songs, because this isn't a musical, but there are like a lot of original songs in this, and they're pretty good. The opening song where these aliens like completely don't understand like all these elements of Christmas, and they like wrote a song that's like completely wrong, and they're performing it for Peter. Not only was the song actually pretty catchy, it was a really funny sequence. The comedy is still top tier, because like the Guardians of the Galaxy should be. It is basically a comedy film, so it makes sense that it kind of translates over to this. And yeah, again, I don't have a ton to talk about. Much like Werewolf by Night, I don't really have a ton to talk about. And again, it's got the traditional MCU stuff. The acting's still good, the effects still look good, even though there's not that many, because you didn't need it. It's just a holiday special. I did think it was odd that the backstory stuff was done in weird 2D animation. It wasn't a bad thing, it just caught me off guard. And yeah, and it's just supposed to be fun. That's all this is. It's just a fun 45 minute. It doesn't need to have a deep, complex plot or like a certain like a philosophy it's trying to build up like a lot of other movies do, because it's just here to be a fun 45 minute special. And I would like to see more of these. I really would. I think I heard that Nova is going to be a Marvel presentation. Not sure how they're going to introduce an entire backstory in about 45 minutes, but I guess we'll find out. I'm not sure how many of these they're doing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they kept pumping these out. Like, honestly, I would probably them pump more of these out rather than the TV shows, because I do like the TV shows, except She-Hulk. She-Hulk can suck it. But I do feel like they're because they go for so long, because the way the movies used to do is like, okay, maybe it's 3 a year. It's like, okay, that's fine, because they're like spread out throughout the year and everything. Like, one will come out like March or something. Like next year, one's coming out in February, one's coming out in May, and the next one's coming out in July. And then we don't get anything until 2024. But with the shows and everything, they go for so long that they kind of splice the gaps in the movies, and I do feel like that's kind of a problem. Like, if they had 3 movies and maybe 2 TV shows and then maybe a couple of specials thrown in, it'd probably be fine. But the fact that, especially this year, they pumped out 3 films and they pumped out, like, 5 shows. The shows were too much. Doesn't help that She-Hulk wasn't good, but I digress. And last year as well, there were 4 movies and 4 movies and 5 shows. Last year was too much. I know they were trying to make up for 2020 not having anything, but it was too much. So yeah, that's all I got for the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, and next time we'll be talking about Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. So I'll see you all then. Bye.